Hello, people. How are you doing on this fine Friday evening? I don't know how busy tonight's stream's going to be because, Iman and Mercurius are both here. The times shifted, and most of the people who watch are from the Americas, and they haven't moved their clocks yet. So they might be a little bit out of sync with us in the UK. It's quarter to 10 here. But the clocks haven't moved in America quite yet. It caused some confusion on Wednesday. And there is also a convention going on tonight, or this weekend in Canada, Clericon. And I know at least 3 or 4 of our regular Canadians who pop in from time to time, some of them are here all the time, have gone to that. So fair play. They're playing games, which is what they're meant to be doing. It sort of put a bit of a dampener maybe on tomorrow's OSE, chance of playing OSE tomorrow afternoon, but hey ho. Anyway, I have a fresh cup of tea. I have all of 2 people watching at the moment. There were 3 very, very briefly. Don't know who popped in and ran away again when he saw that I'm just sort of sat here looking stupid, sipping tea at the moment, but hey ho. Right, the book I'm planning on doing tonight is this one, Seas of Blood. Have either of you 2 played this one yet? I'm hoping. Hello, Thief Keith. I'm hoping, and here's Christopher as well. All right, we do have people piling in. New book for you. Good, 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 good. Anyone else played Seas of Blood? I was just saying that we're not expecting it to be too busy tonight because there's a convention that a lot of our regulars have gone to, and clocks are odd at the moment. We have just moved from BST to Greenwich Mean Time, and I know America hasn't moved just yet. A while ago, when you were a teenager, how big is this while? When was I a teenager? Until I moved out of my teens in 1991. That's when I turned 20. So it's been 32, nearly 32 years. Because guess what? Guess whose birthday it is tomorrow? Guess who turns 52 tomorrow? Yep. So Mercurius, you're not quite 50 yet. 50 didn't bother me. Actually, no, that's wrong. 50 did bother me. 30 really bothered me. 40 I didn't care about. I really, really didn't care about being 40. But 30, I'm an adult. And 50 was like, I'm old. But 52 now. 52 tomorrow, but 51 now. But hey ho. Most of you are youngsters, aren't you? Well, I know Iman's younger than me, and I'm pretty sure From the Hilt's younger than me, and we've just found out that Mercurius is younger than me. Don't know about Thief Keith. 30's horrible, Iman. 30 is horrible. Oh, you're over 50. Well, are you? I mean, as I said, I'm 52 tomorrow. So the odds are you're higher than me, but I'm guessing if it was a rough estimate that you're probably in the same ballpark as me. A lot of us are. A lot of us are the sort of people who started playing games in the early 80s. What do they call us? Gen X? Isn't that the term? Well, Christopher, you are older then. You look younger. I will tell you that now. I think you look younger than that. I'd have put you at late 40s. So take that as a compliment. Mercurius is slightly older as well. Oh, Mercurius. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of us are in our early 50s, but it's common. It's common for people who are getting back into gaming and doing the YouTube thing, talking shit. Faith Keith hasn't answered the question, has he? You still get ID'd sometimes. Well, in our shop is quite strict. We are quite strict. We have ID'd a few people who are 30-ish. We have a challenge 25 policy, so it's got to be done. It's £2,500 fine if you sell to someone who can't, who isn't old enough. Yeah, 71's the year. 71. The year of the invention of the pocket calculator and the year that Britain went to decimal currency. Year of my birth. What else happened in 1971? Right, anyway, we have 4. So I'm not expecting a massive turnout tonight because of people's commitments this weekend. No, Iman, you you did have an impressive beard for a while, didn't you? Yeah. Right, so not expecting. I mean, people might be filtering it. I mean, it might just be people are out of sync a little because of the clocks changing and stuff. But hey ho, that's the way it is. I have rolled us up a character and I've rolled us up a crew because in this one you are on a boat. And I'm just going to show you something. Let me just I think you do look young, Christopher. I think you do. Well, will you look at this? Get my line of pictures along the bottom as well. You can see the pictures I've done. I'll show you one of my pictures. I was thinking of using this one in the something else. I was doing some work on pictures for my Call of Cthulhu adventure I wrote, and I was playing with AI art, and there's the bad woman in it. I thought that would look good, and then I read the Chaosium thing. They don't let you use AI art. That one as well, that temple one. That came out okay, but I can't use it. So hey ho. So we're going to go back to that. Yes, I was playing with AI art to try and come up with something that would fit the adventure, and then read that you can't use it. You've got to use their own art repository, all the free stuff. So okay, I will have to filter through all the free stuff from Chaosium, or attempt to draw. yeah, I'm not going to be doing that, I don't think. Anyway. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of AI art, but I have no budget and I have no art skills. So if I'm going to try and just knock up a quick PDF to put out for supporters and things like that as a freebie, I need something. But I was thinking of doing it professionally enough to put it into the Miskatonic, whatever it is. And they do specify in there that you can't use AI art, which I suppose it's not a bad thing doing that. So I'm wondering whether to do 2 versions, one version for you lot with the big with all the AI stuff that I've done, and the other version with all the freebie stuff. But hey ho. That's that. The book number is number 18 in the series, 18 in the original series. Right. The intro is entitled The Wager. I'm just going to give my glasses a polish before we start. I can't see. Professionally done on my t-shirt. I can see better now. Right, let us start. The city of Tak, at the northern end of the inland sea, is the greatest den of thieves, criminals, and cutthroats the civilized world has ever seen. Every form of vice and illicit activity is not only permitted, but even encouraged in this city of scum. This, your hometown, is where your adventure begins. Of the numerous pirates drawn to Tak, you and Abdul the Butcher are recognized by all as being the kings in daring and greed. However, neither of you are particularly wealthy, as your love of gambling consumes all the riches that you bring back from your journeys against the enemy cities of Lagash, Marad, and Kish. The infamy that the two of you have bred is also the source of a great rivalry. You each try to outdo the other in increasingly dangerous but breathtakingly successful raids. Your goal, the title of King of Pirates, Sacker of Cities, which is never bequeathed but only earned. One evening, when dicing against each other in one of Tak's gambling pits, somebody suggests that the two of you should have a contest to determine once and for all who is the greatest pirate. The idea appeals instantly to your audacious spirits. Yes, says Abdul. Let us have a race of speed and treasure. You agree upon the terms of the contest. Each will take only one ship, sailing from Tak on an appointed day, will head for the distant isle of Nippur, which lies deep in the great southern sea. The journey must be completed within 50 days, and at the end, whoever has the greatest amount of gold wins the bet. With shaking of hands all round and much toasting, the deal is sealed. Your journey is about to begin. Turn over. Okay, this is where the map comes straight into play. On the day appointed for the beginning of the race, you take the Banshee out of the towering granite bay of Tak and into the inland sea. Abdul the Butcher's Havildar cuts quietly through the water beside you. Far to the east is the hostile but rich port of Lagash. To the west is the Cythera Desert, across which the caravan routes to the cities of Kish, Kala, and Assur run. To the south is the mountainous Isle of Enraki. What will we do? So you have a choice, chat. Do we go to Lagash for a dangerous but daring raid against its coastal shipping? Do we travel to the Cythera Desert to plunder the rich western caravans? Or do we patrol the inland sea via the Isle of Enraki? So, see on the map, hopefully. We're in the north at Tak, so we can go west to the Cythera Desert. We can go to the sea around Enraki, or we can head over towards Lagash. And it's up to you, chat. Start us on our journey. London is a hole nowadays, Mercurius. I have to say, I'm not a fan of what it's become. The traditional London accent, the Cockney accent, all right, mate, is apparently dying out, which may be a good or a bad thing, depending how you look at it. It's a very horrible accent, but it's typically British. I do prefer the Irish accent to the London accent. I think the Irish accent was nicer. And I think Iman's got a northern accent. I think northern accents are more pleasant than southern ones in general. All right, lad. Come put pint. That sort of accent. I'm talking about the Cockney accent. I mean, the Southern accent. It depends on which Southern accent you're talking about. If you're talking about what the Queen speaks like, well, the Queen used to speak like she's dead, or what the King speaks like, or the lords and ladies. I mean, that accent can go and die. I don't like the posh ones, but London one's got a bit of character to it. Jellied eels, or White Wadney. Scottish, yeah, the southern Scottish accent I like. I'm not a fan. Not a big fan of the harsh Glaswegian accent. Right, man, you can do proper northern accent when you eat pies and drink pints and braid whippets. No, okay, yeah, Glaswegian's hard. Oh, the rest of Scotland's got some nice accents. Yeah, yeah. Edinburgh's fine. Edinburgh's fine. Sort of south, east, and Highland, and up to the Highlands all around there. That's fine. It's the west. It's Reading. It's Glasgow. It's rough. It's like comparing Northern Ireland accent to Southern Ireland. The Belfast one could be so harsh, but the Southern Ireland accent is beautiful. Right, we've had 3 votes. 2 for the raid over in Lagash, and 1 vote for heading over towards the desert. So we've got desert. 1 vote for the desert. 2 votes for the first one, the daring raid against coastal shipping in Lagash, and no votes for patrolling the inland sea via the island of Enraki. So any more votes? We have got 6 people in chat. 3 votes have come in. I haven't heard Conor McGregor's new Irish accent. Anyone who comes out with a new accent is always, yeah. I mean, when I lived in Leeds, I picked up a few bits and pieces, which I soon lost when I moved away. But so we are going towards Lagash because we've only got 3 votes and 2 have gone for Lagash. So you're outvoted, Mercurius. Roll 3 dice. If the result is less than our crew strength, okay, our crew strength starts at 14. 8, yeah, it is. It's a lot lower than our crew strength. Add 5 days to your log. Okay, 5-day log. Oh, that's a big log. Sorry. You're going to get those sort of silly comments. Until to 68. Space Canuck Man, your vote's too late. I've already moved. But welcome to the stream. Books. Hello, Daniel. You've joined us as well. And it's an elf bait. Right. Okay. So the lurkers have revealed themselves. Space Canuck Man, Daniel, and elf bait. Good evening, lurkers. You sail towards Lagash on the eastern rim, keeping a keen eye out for any of the numerous merchantmen that are attracted to this city. Fortune is running against you, however. 2 triangular red sails appear on the horizon in front of the Banshee and swoop down toward you. I guess the Banshee's our boat. They are Lagashian warships, decks crowded with marines, battle banners streaming in the wind. You heel the Banshee around and try to outsail the intruders. Roll 3 dice. You just got it. You just got it. 3 dice. If the result is less than our crew strength. Ooh, rolled a 12. Our crew strength is 14. So we're still doing okay. Turn to 87. Cunning and skillful sailing puts one of the warships far behind. However, the other warship stays with you and eventually pulls alongside with a shower of grapples and arrows. You will have to fight. Yeah, I think we should have gone to the desert. Okay, we're fighting a warship. It has the same striking skill as we do, but we've got more crew strength. This could be dangerous. We've got very average crew stats. Okay, these I have my dice in my hands. Orange dice are them, other dice are us. I had to draw on the first round, 7 apiece. Second round, 9 for us, 7 for them. Okay, that's good. So we've scored a hit. 9-3. Come on. Come on. 5-12. Yeah, I think we've lost that one. 10 for us, 7 for them. One more hit and we'll sink them. Yep, dice are good to us. 10-4. Right, so the dice are in our favour at the moment. I only lost 2 crew strength in that. 135. I thought there was a page missing then. No, there we go. With the warship defeated, you board and search for loot. You find no gold, but 5 excellent captives from amongst the marines to sell in the slave markets of the Eastern Rim. Oh, you find no gold, but 5 excellent captives from amongst the marines to sell in the slave markets of the Eastern Rim. Okay, so there we go. This is a really politically correct book. In our equipment, we have 5 excellent captives. Yes. oh, marvelous. Returning to the Banshee, you put the enemy vessel to the torch. Will you head back to the inland sea towards Inraki, or will you travel down the coast to the rivers of the dead? Okay, right. Looking at this map here now, we've headed towards Lagash. Had a bit of a fight, taken 5 captives, and we have the option of going towards Inraki or the rivers of the dead. So those are your choices. Arr, we be pirates. For those who wonder what we're playing that. Seas of Blood, and we're a pirate. So I want to see some votes towards Inraki or head down the coast towards the rivers of the dead. Rivers of the Dead sounds salubrious. Travel down the coast. That's 2 votes for heading down the coast. Wonder how they're all getting on at Clericon. Our regulars who've gone. Major's Musings has gone. He's running games there. Grumpeld Slan has gone. And General Nut's gone. So those are the 3 I know who've gone to Clericon. Right, down the coast. It looks like it's heading down the coast. If there's any others, those are our regular Canadians. It's in Montreal. Okay, Daniel and Christopher both say coast as well. So we're going down the coast towards the rivers of the dead. Probably having a ball. Indeed. I know Mage is running, Mage's video, the videos he's doing, he wanted to get them all out this week because he wanted then to carry on with the next bit being the games at the convention. So he was going to review cap the games he runs at the convention, but he didn't quite get all the videos out in time. But so there'll be a fair few guest players, I believe, on the next few videos. You sail onwards to the rivers of the dead. Roll 3 dice. If the result is less than our crew strength, which is now 12, is it less? It is not less. It is more. So we add 6 days to our log. The bigger log this time. Dropping anchor by the mouth of the largest river in the group, you disembark with most of your crew and march inland, looking for settlements or caravans to raid. After a few hours, you come to a small range of steep stony hills, crazed with gullies, narrow valleys, and dry waterways. Will we climb over the hills, or will we search through a few of the gullies in case they're hiding anything? So, climb over the hill, hills or gullies? Hills or gullies? Those are your choices. It hasn't given us any clues as to what might be better. Hills or gullies? Just let you know, Daniel, we haven't yet got a DM for the early game tomorrow because neither Gingerbeard nor Jean can make tomorrow early, and I'm at work. So at the moment, it's just me, you, and Omanal signed up for it. Unless you or Omanal fancy running the session, it's up to you guys. If either of you two want to run the session, you're more than welcome to. But I can't because I'm going to be at work. It's all right, Faith Cave. Gullies sound like ambush points over the hills, just like me. Just like all of us, Mercurius. Just like all of us. So, over the hills and far away. It's a song. Didn't Gary Moore do a song called Over the Hills and Far Away? And I know the Mission did as well. Track 2 or track 3 of first chapter. Climbing over the crumbling surface of these devastated hills, you stumble across a cornerstone from a piece of monumental masonry. Getting your crew to dig the earth and rocks away from around this, you find an ancient stone entrance to what might be a buried crypt, temple, or mansion. Pulling away the stones that block the portal reveals a narrow but straight tunnel plunging at a steep angle into the hill. Will you go down this tunnel with a few of your best men? Or will we close the entrance up and continue our march over the hills? Did Zeppelin do it over the hills and far away as well? Okay. Got to be probably a popular name for a song. My connection's wobbling a little bit as well tonight. I've got the right number of lights on my booster. If another bus has caught fire nearby and burnt a few wires. But hopefully I won't wobble too much. Dungeon Delve time. Yeah, why not? Why not? One vote for Dungeon Delve. So we're voting to continue marching over the hills or head down this tunnel and see if we can find some booty. Oh, it literally does say booty. My boss was a massive Led Zepp fan. Black Sabbath was his favourite band, but Led Zepp, I think, were a close second. Okay, we've got 2 votes for tunnel, 2 votes for hills. Is there anything affecting my connection tonight? No, just my internet access is clean. I'm, as you may well know, Robert Plant, I believe, is from the same city as me. Is he from Wolverhampton? Somewhere in there. I know he's a Midlander. And some good music come out of my city. Black Sabbath being one of the bands from around here. In the 60s, you had Spencer Davis Group, who were based around here. Did some good stuff. Other Birmingham bands. We had some bad bands from around here as well. Midlands, West Midlands. You got all the Coventry stuff, the Two Tone, which is based around Coventry, which is half hour up the road. That's the Specials and Selector, Beat. Don't know if they made it over to America. It was like so. We've got 3 for Tunnel, 2 for Hills at the moment. I'm trying to think of the term for the two-tone music. What they not reggae. It's what came before reggae, crossed with punk. Oh, why won't the term come to my head? I'm getting old and stupid. Right, looks like we're going down the tunnel. Ska. That's the term I was thinking of. Ska, punk ska it was. Lighting torches, you and your companions ease your way into the tunnel and edge down through the hill. After a few hundred yards, the tunnel ends in another doorway. This one is blocked. Leaning against it to test its strength, you are surprised to have the floor beneath you flip open, dropping you out of sight of your equally surprised companions and into a narrow chute. You tumble down this for a few seconds before dropping into an open space and landing in a subterranean lake. Spluttering to the surface of the water, you look around. Turn to 53. You are in a large subterranean cavern, lit by the phosphorescence of the rocks around. To one side, a small wooden landing juts out into the water. Swimming to this, you pull yourself out of the water and follow the construction to a short corridor, which leads from the cavern to a massive stone door. Beside the door is a life-size statue of a gargoyle looking down the corridor at you. Will you try to open the door, or will you have a close look at the statue? Let me just switch to that view. There we go. Any folk from Wolverhampton? Well, my daughter works in Wolverhampton. I work halfway between Birmingham and Wolverhampton. Halfway. Wolverhampton. Oh. Of the Wolves. And other bands, big bands that have come from Birmingham. ELO, Electric Light Orchestra. Don't know how big they were in America. Wizard, a band called The Move, another band who were big in the late 60s. I used to like ELO when I was a kid. Will you try to open the door or have a close look at the statue? Statue is winning, 88. Because I don't know what bands were big here that became big in America apart from the obvious ones. Ooh. Don't bring me down. Good tune. Hello, Jeb. Glad you could join us. Well, yeah. It is a bit fiddly, but the thing to do, you could do what I do and force the players to draw the map, and you just describe it on a bit of paper at home. The gargoyle is set about a foot above the ground on a small circular dais. Looking closer, you see that the dais has rollers built under it, so the statue has been built to be moved. There are wear marks from the rollers on the left side of the statue, but none on the right. Taking a firm grip of the gargoyle's shoulders, you prepare to push. Which way will you try to move the statue? Left or right? So Don't Bring Me Down was their, it looks like it was an international hit for them. Right, okay. I always like the song Ticket to the Moon. Don't know how big a hit that was, but my parents had a couple of their albums, and I used to play the albums, and that was, for me, one of their standout tracks. So we're going right. Okay. 165. The statue rolls easily to the side, causing some ancient mechanism to grind into life. Evil Woman, good track. Mr. Blue Sky is overplayed, unfortunately. Causing some ancient mechanism to grind into life, which opens the massive stone door with a hollow boom. You go through it. We've got a juice in our shop called Mr. Blue, and every time someone says, "Can I have a bottle of Mr. Blue?" I always Mr. Blue Sky comes into my head. Yeah. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. So long. Through the door is a long, narrow hall whose walls on either side are regularly punctuated with alcoves. The floor is strewn with a large number of grey ovoid stones, each about 2 feet in diameter. The far end of the chamber is another massive door. Will you look in one of the alcoves, take a close look at the stones, or leave everything alone and make your way to the other door? So we've got alcoves, stones, or door. Those are your choices. Hello, Mage. Hello, you and Slan. Are you having fun? Are you having fun? Is it good? Have you been playing some games, rolling some dice? Been killing characters, Mage? Or have characters been killing themselves? Or have dice been killing characters? Yes to all of them. All right, good. I'm just taking that yes as a yes to all of them. Very, very jealous. Very, very jealous. You know, I mean, while you're enjoying yourselves this week, my car developed an issue on Monday, and I took it to be diagnosed on Thursday because the engine light was on and flashing. And it turns out my turbo is not performing right. It's permanently stuck on low boost. Oh well. It's not going to kill the car, but if I want it fixing, we're talking about £800. It will make my car more economical and more powerful and smoother, but is it worth 800 quid? I don't know. I don't know. The car, I mean, the car's worth 7,500, so it's worth having it done at some point. But a new turbo. I've only had the car 4 months, 3.5 months, 4 months, 3.5. July. Right. The choices are look in an alcove, look at these large ovoid stones, or go towards the door. Now, we've got multiple votes for stones. Yeah. The problem is fixing it myself. I still have to buy the turbo, and to change the turbo safely, you need to do a full oil and filter change as well, which I can do. But that 800 odd pounds is about 650 of that is just for the turbo itself to buy the part. It's not cheap. Enjoy, Mage. Succulent ham and potato dinner. Yeah. Not jealous. Not jealous at all. No. Yeah. I mean, I want to get it fixed. But I don't have that money lying around at the moment. I'm going to have to sit on it for a little while. So, because I've just shelled out 7.5 grand for the car itself. Okay, it looks like we are voting. Yeah, we're going for stones. 190. The mechanic I took it to. Oh well. Kneeling down, you reach across to roll one of the stones over. Unexpectedly, your hands sink into the grey mass, causing the stone to shriek loudly and spit gobs of acid at you. One strikes you on the shoulder, deduct 2 points of stamina. The ovoid continues to shriek and spit. You draw your sword to defend yourself. Okay, we got to fight it. Yeah. The garage we take it to, the mechanic we've been going to. My last car, I took it in, and I thought I needed a new master cylinder, and I was all ready to pay 300 or 400 quid to have that sorted. And he took a look at it, and he said, "No, all you need, the master cylinder is okay. You've just got a load of gunge in the pipes. I'll sluice the pipes through, and all I had to pay for was an hour of labour and 2 bottles of hydraulic fluid." My wife took it in. The back door wouldn't unlock, and she thought she was going to need a whole new circuit for the back door, and he managed to fix that with just a 20 quid part and about 2 hours of labour. So he's done. He's very, very fair, but this time he did all the tests on the turbo, and he's found that there is a valve that is sticking in place, and they tried freeing it up, and as soon as they revved it, having freed it up, the valve stuck again, and he says there's a whistle coming from it, and he thinks there's a leak. They have detected some gases coming out, which is what caused the engine light to come on. So it does look like the turbo unit is on the way out. It's still working. It's stuck on low boost. It's none to high, and I'm stuck on low boost, which means I'm getting good acceleration from 20 to 40 mile an hour, but it's very sluggish 0 to 20, and it doesn't really pull from about 70 or 80 upwards. But I don't need 70 to 80. It's just not very economical initially. But once once the engine is warm and I'm moving around at sort of like 40 mile an hour, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's just sluggish up until that point. Anyway, there you go. The car is a Hyundai i40. It's a 1.7 litre turbo diesel. Supposed to have 136 brake horsepower, but he reckons it's probably putting out about 110 tops at the moment without the turbo on full boost. So anyway, we're gonna have a fight. Oh wow! If I'm making a 46 character, that's an 18. We've rolled 12. They've rolled 10. The opponents rolled 10. So we've clearly hit it. We are still alive. Hello, Halakar. These dice are rolling very high. 10-8. We've hit it again. Rolling high for both of us. 6-5. Taking it down in 3 rounds. Boom. Boom. This is what we're playing, Halakar. The ball, cut to shreds, lies quivering on the floor, its blood etching deep marks in the paving stones. If you haven't already, you can look in one of the alcoves or make your way to the other door. Alcove or door. If your clocks haven't moved, Halakar, then we probably started an hour later by your time anyway, because our clocks shifted last weekend. So if you're in America, I probably started an hour late. So I'm guessing you're probably home from work now, Halakar. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I watched the NFL, and last weekend was actually quite pleasant in that I could sit and watch the 5 o'clock games on Sunday night, and watch them in their entirety because I go out to work at 8:30 on a Sunday, and normally I go out just as the games are going into the fourth quarter because it normally starts at 6 o'clock our time. But last weekend it started at 5 o'clock our time. So I knew that the Eagles had won by the time I got to work, which was good. So Faith Keith is voting for Alcove. Mercurius is voting for Alcove, taking down Halloween decorations. We don't put up Halloween decorations really as much here. We haven't bothered with them at all in the shop. Ah, you've had a day off work, right? Okay, alcoves. Yeah, unanimous vote for alcoves. 218. Can we find some loot in here? The alcove into which you look is shallow, covered in cobwebs and occupied by an ancient human skeleton. This relic is dressed in rotting rags and the remnants of once proud armor. Now it lies in dusty collapse upon the stone floor. You see that it has several gold rings on one hand. Will you take those? Or will you leave the alcove alone and go to the door? And we've already inspected the stones. So take the gold rings or go to the door. And this is the skeleton. I'm liking the art I'm seeing so far. That's pretty good. That's pretty creepy, that is. Those empty eyes staring at us. Jeb wants to take the rings. Take the gold rings apprehensively. Chop hand off and take rings. It's not an option, sadly. Choppy choppy. Right, okay, so we're taking the rings. Let's go for it. Nothing ventured, as they say. You take the skeleton by the hand, intent on removing its rings. However, as soon as you touch the golden trinkets, the skeleton springs into action by grasping your hand in its own bony digits. It squeezes tightly and holds you fast. All your efforts to escape are in vain. The supernatural grip proves greater than your mortal strength or human weapons. Your death comes slowly from hunger and thirst, and your adventure is over. That was brutal. That was very brutal. It's killed us already. We've been going for what? 45 minutes? 50 minutes nearly? 45 minutes. And we've died. Chalk up one death for Seas of Blood. Right. We have to play this one again. So I've got getting another sheet out. I'm going to roll another character. We're going to go back to the map at the start. Right, skill. Oh, skill is 10. Stamina. Beyond brutal. Yes, yes. Our stamina is 19. Our luck is 9. Our crew strength. Not strength. Crew strike, which is the attack skill, is 11. That's good. Our crew strength. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. It's 15. So our only bad stat here is luck. That's only slightly below average. That's pretty good. We start with a booty of 20. And sadly, our log has shrunk down to nothing, and we've lost our 5 excellent captives. Yep, straight up death. So we go back to 1. I'll read beginning from the beginning, and I'll bring the map back up. We'll do it like this. Actually, no, we'll do it like that. There we go. On the day appointed for the beginning of the race, you take the Banshee out of the towering granite bay of Tak and into the inland sea. So we're right at the north in Tak. Abdul the Butcher's Havildar cuts quietly through the water beside you. Far to the east is the hostile but rich port of Lagash. To the west is the Scythera Desert, across which the caravan routes to the city of Kish, Kala, and Assur run. To the south is the mountainous isle of Inraki. So what will we do? What will we do? Will we go west to the Scythera Desert? Will we go east to Lagash, like we did last time? Or will we go south to the island of Inraki? The curious vote's going to the desert. I forgot to ask Mage what General Nut had taken with him to bribe him, because he was going to. I did suggest a tall, attractive, nerdy lady. Because I've chatted to Mage. I know Mage's predilections for things like that. Right. 1 desert, 2 desert, 3 desert, 1 south, 4 desert, 2 south. 4, 3. Go away, Avast antivirus. Don't want to update now. We're at 4-3 at the moment for going towards the desert, 3 for going south to the island in Iraqi. Any more votes? Okay, desert then. 4-3. Close voting. We're going to plunder the caravans. Turn to 20. Is this a good call or not? Roll 3 dice. If the score is less than our crew strength, which it's one below, 14 on the 3d6. Crew strength is 15. Add 5 days to our log. Eventually, you arrive off the coast of the Cythera Desert, where you drop anchor, disembark with most of the crew, and march inland across the burning sands. You come to a busy little village surrounding an oasis, obviously a staging post for travel through the desert. Will we attack the village, or will we retreat into the nearby dunes to lie in ambush for any caravan that might happen by? So attack the village or ambush caravans. Your choice, chaps. I think everyone is. We need chapesses tonight. All chaps, I believe. Two votes for ambush, one for pillage the village. Yes, we're pirates. Yes, how could you tell? Yeah, we took some captives. I mean, equipment list on our last game was five excellent captives for slaves. Okay, we've got 2 votes for attacking the village, 2 votes for ambushing caravans at the moment. Very politically correct vote. Yeah, we prefer the term privateers. Of course we do. No, Francis Drake was never a pirate. He was a privateer. And the British government were like, no, we don't condone piracy. We don't condone piracy at all. While employing privateers. We do indeed. Take this plunder for the crown. Claim the ship in the name of good Queen Bess. Slaughter a few Spaniards in the process. So 2 votes for ambush, 2 votes for attacking the village so far. Come on. Come on. Get your votes in. Not many fireworks going off tonight. Thought tonight would be the big night for fireworks. No, probably tomorrow. It's bonfire night. Bonfire night is Sunday night, but of course, Sunday night is a school night because everyone's going to be up in the morning. So it's going to probably be tomorrow. Be a few bonfire parties tonight. So, of course, we celebrate a failed Catholic insurrection in this country. Yeah. Is your singing as bad as mine, Mercurius? I only got 4 votes so far. Come on, get your votes in, fellas. I did briefly play Pirates. Yes, your singing's better than mine. Most people can sing better than I can. Yeah, I played Pirates a little bit. First I heard of Sid Meier was when he did Civilization. That's around the time I got my first PC. I didn't have an Atari ST or an Amiga, the two main computers that came before a PC. So Pirates was already a little bit long in the tooth when I got my PC. Civilization was the game. Yes. Yes. Destroy the Indians. Sorry, Candy. They're taking Berlin. Halakar, how is your singing voice? Because the only time I will sing on a karaoke is after I've had about 5 or 6 beers, and then you can't get me off. I used to host them. I used to host. I was a karaoke host for a while. Most karaoke hosts sort of warm the crowd up by singing the first song. I'd get them to go home by singing the last song. It used to be Nelly the Elephant, the punk version. Kurt Cobain was barely down to room temperature. Yeah, I can just about get away with punk. Just about get away with punk. Anything where singing is required, I'm in trouble. But I can get away with punk. Bit of Sex Pistols or something like that. Yeah, they've got that on the playlist. I will dive in. I have been known to do Pretty Fly for a White Guy by Offspring as well. All the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. One song I do like as well, I have done a few times, is Word Up, but I do the cover version by the rock band Gun. I'm terrible at that as well. Right, anyway, let's have some. I can't do a vocal. I can't do a vocal anything. Right. Do we have any? We're still on 2 votes for pillaging the village and 2 votes for ambushing. Need somebody to break the tie. So focus, fellas. Focus and make a choice. This is music to cover up your voice. I sing well if I'm miming. There we go. My wife has a big gob. You can hear her. Yeah. Mike has cleared it. There we go. Yeah, 11 watching, only 4 votes. Mike has dived in, and there we go. Right, ambush. We're ambushed. We're going to lie in wait and ambush a caravan. Thank you, Mike, for breaking that tie. Everyone's just got distracted. That's not a problem. For 3 days, you and your crew lie under the blazing sun of the Scythera Desert, waiting for sight of the lumbering pack animals common among caravans in this part of the world. Add 3 days to your log. You begin to run low on provisions and fresh water. Will you wait just a few more days, or will you give up on the desert and return to the Banshee? Well, that was good, wasn't it? Right. Are we going to wait in the desert for a few more days while we're low on food and water, or are we going to go back to our boat and decide that this was a bad idea? Seems a bit arbitrary, this book so far. Maybe it's just a bit slow starting. I don't know. Tried to get some loot and got killed by a skeleton. Mercurius, you're too late. There isn't the option to attack the village anymore. The option to attack the village is gone. It's wait a few more days or go back to the boat. There's no option to pillage the village. Back to the boot. So 1 vote back to the boot. Halakar's going for wait it out. Not accepting any votes for pillage because it's not an option. We lost that opportunity by lurking in the sand dunes for 3 days. Right, 1, 2, 3 for boat, 2 for waiting. 5 boats so far. Well, we're now at 3-3. Now, curious, you don't get multiple votes. We are at 3-3, so we have a tie. 6 votes with 11 in chat. Did jump to 13, then dropped straight down again. I think Daniel occasionally gets extra votes, but that's only because he has a second personality on a Friday night. Right, we're at 3-3. Is anybody going to break this tie? We're being crude now, aren't we? We're being crude. If nobody wants to break the tie, then I'm going to roll a dice. Right. One to 3. We wait a few more days. Oh, okay. Iman's changing to wait. Right. So it's now 4-2. There we go. 194. After just one day, a caravan of enormous ochre-coloured octopedal beasts shambles over a ridge into sight. The heavy pack animals are guarded by a dozen lizard men who, high in their wooden saddles, survey the surroundings with some suspicion. Keeping your men out of sight, you allow the convoy to approach within striking range. Then launch the attack. As your crew surge out, uttering their war cry, the lizard men calmly draw long composite bows and let fly. The 3-foot arrows cut a swathe through your force. Deduct 2 points from your crew strength. Eventually, hand-to-hand combat begins. Okay, we're going to fight. We are more powerful than them. 6-7 is a win for us because we have a skill advantage, a good crew skill. 9-5, another win for us. 5-9. Ooh, wounded us. 5-5. There we go. If you defeat the caravan, add 1 day to our log and turn to 329. Good evening, Kelsey. Good evening. With the guards overcome, you and your crew loot the caravan, stripping boxes, sacks, and skins of wine from the great pack beasts. The amount of booty, however, is not large. You find 63 gold pieces in a small chest. So our gold is up to 83. And only one of the surviving lizard men is in a fit enough condition to be traded as a slave. A little disappointed, you gather up your now drunken crew and return to the Banshee. Turn to 35. Returning to the Banshee, you weigh anchor and set off out to sea. If your crew have taken casualties, you could head for the neutral city of Assur to recruit some more men. Alternatively, you could go to the neighbouring city of Kala to try your luck in the gambling pits, or shall we go east to raid the Isle of Enraki? So, no option to attack the village. We could go to Assur, which is neutral, Kala for gambling, or go raiding the island of Enraki. Kala, Assur, or Enraki? Iman reckons Assur. 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 Steve Keefe reckons the gambling pits. Jeb says Enraki. Daniel reckons raiding in Enraki. Hello, Helga. Right, I'm going to need to make a note here. So we have Assur, Kala, Enraki. People are starting to vote now. Come on then, come on. Oh yeah, it is time for Legion of Myth, isn't it? So it is an hour. I'm an hour shifted, but I'm going to keep going for a little bit. So we have 1 vote there for Assur. 1 vote for gambling pits. 1 vote for raid. 1 vote for raid. Another vote for raid. Halakar votes for more crewmen. Thief Keefe says gambling pits. Kelsey says raid. Another vote for gambling pits. And Mike says raid. So raiding has just won. Cheers, Mercurius. Yeah, I'm only going on for another 15-20 minutes on this stream tonight. So I'm aware it started a little bit later than usual because of the time shift. Right. Raiding the island of Inraki, 76. The Banshee sails out to the inland sea. Roll 3 dice. It takes us 5 days because we failed that check. Presently you arrive off the northernmost tip of the mountainous isle of Inraki, home of the warrior priests of Asur Sel Dablo. These fearsome holy men, armed by the gods of war and protected by the gods of stone, reside in a fortress raised on the lower slopes of the island's precipitous central snow-capped mountain. They are very rich. Ah. No, we didn't take the longbows. You have 3 options to deprive them of this wealth. Do we go for a direct assault? Do we try deception? Or do we try and find a way over the mountains behind the castle? So, direct assault on the front, deception, or try and sneak in the back way. That's basically what the options are. Two votes for sneak. 1 vote for deception. So we have 4 votes for sneak over the mountains, 1 vote for deception at the moment. Right. Looks like we're sneaking over the mountains. 188. Taking most of your crew ashore, you begin exploring for a pass through the mountains behind the temple fortress. Add 2 days to our log. We now begin for 16 days. Eventually, you find a likely path and proceed up it, through forest, scrub, and finally snow. As you and your crew wend your way towards the high point of the pass, you see the unique arch. It's got a little symbol of an arch shape of an Inraki shrine poised on a nearby ridge. Its redwood structure howls eerily in the wind. Will we take a detour? Sneaking is the back way. Deception. The sneaking way is the mountain way, and deception is the other option. So if you wanted to try the deception way, you should have said deception, because I took sneaking as sneaking in the mountain. Right. Will you detour to look at the shrine or continue along the path? Because the idea with the mountain is you sneak around the back. All right, so what we got? Path. What is the worst thing that can happen? Well, what happened when we examined that skeletal corpse? It killed us. Right, path, detour, path, detour, detour, detour. So 4-3 for a detour to the shrine at the moment. I mean, we get some loot, haven't we? Any more votes? I think Thief Keep has pretty much sealed it there for the shrine. 359. The shrine overlooks a bleak valley. As you lean against the structure, taking the view, you are overcome with a sense of dread and despair. The black mood of this inhospitable and alien place robs you of your confidence. Lose 2 points of luck. Great. You return to your waiting crew and fearfully lead them towards the pass. 2. Reaching the pass, you look down the further slope and spy a tower of the fortress some miles away. A sudden cry of anguish or fear flies out of a nearby steeply climbing snow-filled ravine. Taking stock, you find none of your crew are missing. The cry comes again, even more tortured and rending. Will you sidetrack into the ravine to see what is causing the noise, or will we ignore it? So, investigate the noise or ignore the noise. Three votes for investigate the noise. Where's the "it's a trap" meme? Okay, 5 votes for investigate. 6 votes. Yeah, votes are flying in for that one, right? Okay, we're gonna go and see what's caused the noise. Cry comes again, rolling eerily down the mountain slopes. You head up the ravine towards the source of the sound. Will you take your crew with you, or will you creep along alone? So go alone or take our crew. On 1. 2-1 for crew. 3-1 for crew. Looks like Jeb's being outvoted in this one. Oh no, Thief keeps joining Jeb. But 5-2 though for crew, and with 9 people, that is a majority. $160. The ravine is long and twisting and filled with deep snow. As you and your crew climb up it, the screams and howls increase in intensity and frequency. Suddenly, an enormous ball of ice, snow, and rocks comes careering down the ravine at a dangerous speed. You manage to leap safely to one side, but several of your crew are less fortunate and are crushed. Deduct 2 from our crew strength. Further up the mountain, you see several shaggy white beasts constructing more of these dangerous missiles to roll down at you. Will you charge and attack these snow creatures before they can complete their weapons, or will we retreat down the ravine to go back to the path? Just going to switch the view. Good thing we brought our crew. Yeah. Okay, so 2 want to fight. 3 say fight. Attack! Attack! Right, okay, everyone's going for fight. 220. As you and your crew charge up the mountain, the snow beasts give that weird scream that had attracted you to the ravine, then turn and disappear at a run into the bleak reaches above. You continue the chase for a while, hunting around for the dangerous creatures before being interrupted by yet another large snowball rolling into the midst of your crew and crushing several men. Our crew strength is down to 7. Once again, the creatures retreat into cover of the snow further up the mountain. You decide to return to the path above the fortress. That was bad. Test your luck. Oh, joy. Our luck's only 7. Oh, we've passed. Phew. If you're lucky, turn to 244. We are. Oh, they're screaming Bree up. No, they're not screaming Bree up. You all return to the path safely. Turn to 111. Taking a bit of a beating, unfortunately. The path winds down the mountain slope, taking all of you to a rocky point overlooking the rear of the castle. You see that the walls are lowest at this point and offer the possibility of launching a surprise attack. You can also see right into the center of the castle, to the enormous wooden temple that dominates the interior. Will you start the attack immediately by storming the low part of the wall, or will we try to confuse the defenders first by setting fire to their temple with fire arrows? Okay. Storm the wall or set fire. Wall or fire. Those are your choices. Wall or fire. We've got a crew strength of 7. Our crew strength was 15 to begin with, and it's down to 7. Yeah, everyone wants fire. Everyone wants fire. Like a typical old school gaming group. Burn everything. Flasks of oil. Low level adventurers. Lifesaver. Your crew shoot fire arrows into the castle compound. Some land on the temple and start a blaze. In moments, however, the watchful priests of the Asur Sel Dablo have not only rushed to put out the fires, but have rung alarm bells and lined the walls of their stronghold with archers and spearmen. At your signal, the crew of the Banshee scream with a roar at the low part of the castle's walls, and the battle begins. Okay, we have a better skill than them, but our strength is poor. Their strength is a lot more than ours, so we're going to need the dice in our favor consistently. That's perfect. 11-2. Great start. We need a lot more of that. A lot more. That's a tie. 2-3. 6-9. That's them winning that one. 8-8. Because of our higher crew skill, we win that one. Only got 1 point crew skill advantage though. 7-8. Another tie. 8-9. Another tie. 9-6. That's us. We've got crew strength 5 left. They've got crew strength 10 left. But we've got the skill advantage. Ooh, 12-11 to us. 7-9. That's one to them. We can take 2 more hits. 4-4. One to us. 10-10. We're nearly there. 5-5. Okay, we're 1 hit away. 1 hit away. Oh, 4-7. That's them hitting us. Okay. I think I need to. It's all down to this roll. I can just. That's the 4-7. We are the red and white. They are the orange. Let's see if I can do this. That is 7-10. We've lost. We've lost. We've died a second time. That book has killed us twice in an hour and a half. That's rough. That's very rough. We had good stats that time. Really good stats. He's got a bit more gold. Dun, dun, dun. Indeed, indeed. All right. I said I was going to bring the stream to a close, and that has pretty much ended the stream for tonight. It's a difficult book by the looks of things. It's had one bad arbitrary death. Other than that, it's an interesting take, being a pirate. I think I'll play it again. But I think we'll try another book next week. We could try this one again. Yeah, could try it again next week. So we'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, I might have a bit of a vote at the start to see what we play next week. So right. Well, it's still only 17 minutes past 11 here, but I know one of the other channels that I get on well with, they've already started streaming, so I don't want to overlap too much because of the clock shifts and all that. So yeah, we will be avenged. But thank you all for joining me. Thank you for joining the stream tonight. We usually play OSE on a Saturday afternoon, but tomorrow's game might not happen because we currently don't have a DM. I'm at work. I was all set to play, but I can't run the game from work. Both Gingerbeard and Jean are not available tomorrow to run the afternoon session. But I'm running MERP tomorrow night, so that's still going ahead. Anyway, cheers. Thank you all for playing, and I'll see you all next Wednesday and next week. Cheers all.